Welcome back, guys. Another episode of Orbital. Rockets have 4 games this week. Wizards, Mavericks, then the Spurs, and then they finished with the Bulls last night. Lost to the Wizards. Harden drops 54. Blowout loss to the Mavericks the next night. And then San Antonio win by 31. And then the Rockets finish off the week with their second win against the Bulls last night in a blowout. Pretty much, we have a lot of guys coming back this week. Brandon Knight plays his first game for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. Chris Paul comes back. Nene comes back. Eric Gordon starts finding his rhythm a little bit. What did you guys see this week?
It's just nice to see a full roster. It was nice to see a full roster out there, the complete roster. And I haven't seen Nene out there in a long time. I can't remember the last time I saw Nene play. So it was good to see him out there getting some run in. Let's see, Chris Paul came back. Just made an impact on the defensive side, and I don't know. I think having the entire roster back just sort of put just a level of confidence in the team, I think, and just gave them a little bit of a moral boost, probably. And so, I think you get this blowout win against San Antonio. You get a blowout win against the Bulls as well. So right now, we're 11. The Rockets are 11-11 right now, 500. And so you got some momentum, which is really really good, because we were hitting rock bottom right there. They were hitting rock bottom right there. So now you got a full roster. You got Brandon Knight in the G League right now, and I saw some highlights from him. He knocked down some threes, so that's good to see. He's progressing well with his injury, so it'll be good to get him back as well.
Is this his first season back? He didn't play last season, did he?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he played last season. So this is his first game in almost 2 years. So
yeah.
He's hitting floaters, threes. He dropped like 16 points in his debut. So I was happy to see that. Even though it's against lesser competition, it's still nice to see him come back.
Yeah, of course.
What did you see?
I believe Gerald Green was also out.
He came back as well.
So he came back as well. I think he put up 17.
He was doing pretty good. I don't know the exact stats numbers.
I think he put up 17. I think he was 4 for 5 from 3. And he's also been the kind of guy that's been a little shaky out there on the perimeter. So it was good to see him having a nice consistent night. And he just came back, so maybe he'll get things going. And Rourke, what do you think?
We had a pretty rough stretch there. Starting off, we had a real hot streak a couple weeks ago when we started doing some really good teams in the Warriors and the Nuggets, but then we kind of fell off and we're losing some teams that we really should have beat. We had a couple good wins, like you said, against the Pistons, but we lost to them, and then we had a bad loss against the Wizards, but then we let teams like the Cavs and the Mavs beat us, which should never happen, honestly. But we never get on track, and I think really credit to. The offense just really looks like it's different out there without Chris Paul, and when you have James Harden running the floor, he's looking great. Still doing whatever he does, leading the league in scoring again, over 31 points, and taking over. Him and Eric Gordon. Looks like Eric Gordon's back to his pace now, shooting the ball over 45% from 3, and he's the last 6 game stretch or whatever. But he's getting back into his form, which is good to see. And other than that, though, it looks like we've been pretty much just struggling to not just on defensive end and the offensive end. We're down at the bottom of the league in points allowed for the Rockets. So it's kind of been a struggle to find that unity without Chris Paul. But with Chris Paul in the lineup, I think we're 10-4, 9-4. So with him and with Chris Paul and James Harden both playing together, that's a record. So I think we're still looking fine, do all right. I think it's obvious that we're going through some slumps right now, especially kind of getting back in transition. It looks like we're still just giving up a lot of easy buckets to teams, especially in the Mavericks and against the Spurs too. So we did a good job of controlling games in the beginning, especially against the Wizards. We came out pretty hot. It seems like we're getting back to that. I don't know, Eric Gordon's coming on fire, start games too. It's just about being consistent throughout. House Jr.'s playing a lot now, coming up. Brought him up from G League. He looks good. He's really athletic, so I don't think we've had a chance to talk about him yet, but he can really help if he can shoot the ball consistently. He shot it well last time, but opening out, he was like 2 for 11 for his first, 2 games from 3. So he was a little rough, but then he started making some good shots. So I'm hoping he can be consistent and he can really help us. So that'll be good there. But yeah,
sorry.
The key is just, my main point was just the key is just having Chris Paul and James Harden both playing, staying in. We still have a pretty solid record. But yeah.
Between him and Gary Clark, obviously the Rockets still have depth issues, even though with Paul and Nene and Gerald Green coming back, I still say we have depth issues, and I don't think trade rumors are going to stop by any means. I still think you try and go out and get a better. It depends on how Knight comes back. You still try and get a little more guard depth, still try and get more wing depth. Maybe I don't know who you try. Maybe a Kent Bazemore. You try and go get one of him. Maybe a Justin Holiday, you try and get something like that. You're still trying to add more pieces. But having Clark and also House Jr. on the team now, which of them do you guys think stays more in the rotation? Because I don't think both of them will, right? Once we get more people back, maybe make a couple moves, I don't think both of them stay in the lineup. Who do you think stays in the rotation if either of them?
I think Gary Clark, just because I think he adds more of a defensive side to him. But then again, you have the athleticism and the shooting of Daniel House, so it's sort of that's a hard question.
Yeah.
That's a hard question. So I think
House is my answer. House is my answer based off his G League, based off his summer league.
Yeah. He seems like he can do a little bit more with the ball, especially. He's a little bit more.
He also just had more runs in the NBA. He played with Phoenix.
Yeah,
Gold
a little
State.
bit more experience. Yeah, of course. But here's another thing with this Rockets team. It's really similar to the just in terms of the consistency. It's really similar to the 2015 Rockets in a lot of ways. In the 2015-2016 Rockets. Just like you have games where like they just come out and they're flat, and then a couple games later they look like what they should be. And so they're definitely gonna have to add another piece. I think you have to. You have to. So I don't know. We need to see more consistency here with this team. Better shot selection. So. But I think with this, because we see in games like what they can be. Like they look so dominant sometimes, and then other times it's just like what the heck? What is this? So it's really weird to me. I don't know how. I can't figure this Rockets team out just yet.
Yeah,
it's really interesting. It's just been such an up and down season coming out of the gate. So we'll see what Daryl Morey and his team does with the roster and what they do with that. So yeah.
What do you think?
I think that the Rockets pretty much we'll be all right going forward in terms of getting another piece. I think the players we have right now are going to start playing a lot. Gary Clark and House, I think they both are going to be playing a lot. Especially Gary Clark, like you said, Arizona defense for them. But I agree with Sean. I think House brings back crazy athleticism, and hopefully he can get that shooting starting to kick that back in range. That's the only suspect thing between kind of both of them. They look like Clark in the court still, but both of them shoot the ball under 30% from 3 so far. I mean, House has really played a few games, but he's shooting the ball well from 3. He looks really athletic. He's played. So I think they're both can hold their own on defense, that kind of 3-and-D type players. Real athletic, really young, so don't have to go weird here. I think they're really good bench addition. He had some good minutes for us. So I like both of them. Nene, good to see him back with one game, but
he brings something that Clint doesn't bring.
Yeah, that's a post game.
It is a post game, and
a bruiser.
You watch it last night, and he has times where you'll have the post be mid, either top of the key or outside the 3 in the middle of the court, and Nene makes moves that Clint doesn't make in those situations. Whether you're trying to go for a handoff to the other side, you swing the ball to Clint, looks to the other side, takes one dribble and tries to do a handoff. It's just not there. Clint's kind of stuck. Versus Nene, he has a spin move. He can take kind of lower down to the post. He brings a lot more back than I think people give him credit for.
Absolutely. And he's also a veteran guy. He's always been such a really, really strong player. Like he has so much strength, and he really gets down there and gets really good position. A lot better than Capella does. I mean, he's a little bit more creative with the ball. So yeah,
people forget how good he was when in his prime.
Yeah, no, he was very, very good.
He still shows that.
And
he's
really
never been an athletic player.
Too.
He's never been an athletic-based player. He's always been.
He's been a bruiser. He's been a bruiser. Yeah, exactly. So it's nice to have that sort of guy coming off your bench there. I mean, Capella gives you, the pick and rolls, the athleticism, the shot blocking ability, but Nene gives you just another weapon down there for your offense. Because I mean, Capella's like pretty good with those like hook shots that he gets. Like he'll back someone down and then pulls up with a right hand hook or a left hand hook over a defender. But Nene you can throw the ball down into him with confidence, and he can make something happen for you. So I think this is a huge addition for the Rockets to get back. And so I think I really think it's going up from here. Just if we stay healthy, if the Rockets stay healthy, I think they're in good position right now. I think they're 8th right now in the West, and let's see. I think we're tied with.
We're 10th right now, 11-11, but 8th is 11-10.
Is that Mavs? Is that Dallas?
Yeah, Mavs are 11-10, and we are 11-11. So we're half a game back. Yeah, but we're still only 4 games back from the 1 seed. With now the Clippers are tied with Denver.
The Clippers, man.
They're really good.
What is going on? They're the
really
surprise
good.
team of the season.
They'll cool off a little bit, bro. They'll cool off. Nuggets, Thunder.
But what if they
just
don't? Think about that. What if they don't cool off?
Yeah, I know. I know, it's weird.
Before we were doing Orbital, I was going to do a video on my other YouTube channel talking about why the Clippers were like a dark horse, like 5th top 5 seed. For this exact reason, that they like screamed new Spurs to me. For this exact reason, like they're so deep and they don't need a star every single night. It's really fun to watch them play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they're a good team to watch. But just going back to the whole did you say if we were going to release a player like either Garrett Clark or
not necessarily release them, but necessarily if we make a move for a more established player like a Kent Bazemore, like a Justin Holiday, a more established 3-and-D player who slides out of the equation.
I mean, I don't know if you necessarily get rid of those guys. Maybe get rid of Marquise Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know he's not getting a ton of minutes.
He'd be included in something.
But he's still he was a first-round pick if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like he was a lottery pick. I feel like he was like top 10.
And he still really hasn't gotten that shot yet, and so I think there's still a lot of value with him for sure.
I think it was I think it was probably John Woods on Twitter.
I'd like to send him down to the G League.
Yeah, that's where he needs to go. That's where Edwards is right now. That's where Brandon Knight is. That's where Caboclo is right now too as well. I think it was John Woods who tweeted out that it speaks volumes that Michael Carter-Williams and Marquise Chris in a lineup that earlier when Paul was still out against Mavs, he was saying it speaks volumes that Chris and Michael Carter-Williams cannot get minutes on a team that is lacking so much depth.
Yeah, of course.
It speaks to D'Antoni's confidence in them and perhaps their perception around the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you wonder if their clock for potential is running out more than it's still around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
If you're playing guys who are in the G League over guys who have played multiple years in the NBA and should be better than what they are, I think it speaks volumes to what their NBA futures might be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and their value also. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. I remember I saw in the San Antonio game, Michael Carter-Williams swishing a 3. That was really weird.
Maybe five the whole season. Probably I feel like 5 max. I know he's hit a couple.
Yeah.
But he is. I was such a big fan of his.
I know you were.
Someone on the commentary team during the game was like, you wonder why he can't be Sean Livingston on the Warriors, and I was like, thank you. All right, that's my point. Why can't? All you gotta do is hit mid-range jump shots. That's all you gotta do.
He's just
maybe D'Antoni.
He's just bad.
He's yeah.
He's just bad.
Yeah.
He's bad. I'm sorry, John. He's horrible. But
He's
listen,
just-
we all made mistakes and we all had our high hopes on.
Rourke, Ben, and I
Myself
actually
with Melo.
made but Rourke, Ben, and I made a list of all the point guards and just kind of prospects that I thought are going to be really good in the NBA, and my record is just garbage. Like I thought Jaleel was going to be good. I was really high on Tyus Jones.
I thought Jaleel.
I was really high on Sam Decker. I was really high on almost said Sean Livingston, Michael Carter Williams. I was super. I'm still super high on Grayson.
Well, you could. I mean,
who
Michael
else?
Carter Williams was the rookie of the year.
Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones is on there too. You know, it's just,
my god.
my record is not very good when it comes to saying, oh yeah, this late first round guy is gonna be good. It's not very good.
Hey, so y'all want to talk about the Rockets' upcoming schedule? We going on a little road trip, playing Minnesota tomorrow night, and then we're playing Utah and Dallas again. I hope we whip up on them boys good.
God,
And
Luka
then,
Doncic, man. Oh my god.
yeah, we're playing Utah on Thursday night, Dallas this Saturday night, and then we don't play until the following Tuesday.
So we
Which
got
is-
2 games next week.
Yeah, 3 games next week. And then actually, yeah, 3 games next week.
Okay.
I think that Utah is on TNT,
Right.
so I won't have to be doing a Reddit NBA stream anymore. So that'll be
I'll
nice.
still probably doing the Reddit NBA stream.
Probably.
It's so much easier. It is so much easier.
It is a lot easier.
You know?
It was actually like I wish we could like be like sponsored by them because they really come in clutch for you. The Reddit
really do,
stream,
man.
honestly.
I
They're
wish-
perfect.
I've got, first of all, break from all of this. For the people who are watching, we actually have a lot of stuff coming for y'all that's gonna be pretty exciting. We have a new intro that's gonna be coming out. Going into next year, over December, all 3 of us will be in the same place for once. So we'll actually be able to like make a new intro. We've got a lot of more new content that I'm not remembering right now. But before the show, I was thinking about it and I was like, I can't wait to tell them about this cool new stuff. But we got cool new stuff coming for you. Maybe even merchandise.
Merchandise would be
Maybe
perfect.
even merchandise.
I would love an Orbital jacket.
I'll see what I can work out. But maybe even merchandise is coming.
We'll figure it out.
We don't even have 50
This is
subscribers.
exciting.
We already have merchandise.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a website up and everything. It's only the beginning.
New stuff is coming
So,
for you guys. This new
Hop
stuff
on the
is-
bandwagon now.
Exactly. I did want to say, so Rourke, you're more trying to get us back on topic. That's not happening this time. I did want to say one more thing. I thought it was hilarious that Greg Popovich has this quote about how he hates 3-point shooting, doesn't like it, basketball's not as like, beautiful anymore, and then the Rockets come out and play him and just go crazy from 3.
I was gonna say.
I thought it was the most ironic, wonderfully hilarious thing in the world. Oh, I was losing it. And then Forbes also has a really good night from 3 that night as well. I thought that was also really funny. I don't know. NBA is funny sometimes.
You know, and that's the thing with the Rockets. That can happen any game.
Exactly.
It can happen at any time. An offensive explosion like that. It's just this year has just been a little bit different, and we've been, and I think that has to go back to the losses of Trevor Ariza, because Trevor Ariza, you would get you usually start off the game with a game opening 3 or something like that, and I think that gets the confidence going and a little bit of the momentum to the start of the game, which would fuel those first quarter big leads that would that we could maintain and stuff. So it's just a little bit different this year, and I think they're starting. You can see they're starting to form it a little bit. And I saw a quote by Eric Gordon. They none of them have gotten their heads down the whole year yet. They know how good they can be, and so you got all the veteran leadership in that locker room. So that's a good thing that we have, just to have everyone in sort of a stable mindset when you're losing and when you're struggling. So it's good that the team has a complete, because at the beginning it could have been really, really bad. It could have been bad. It could have been really, really bad. So I think that just goes back to the type of leadership that this Rockets team has, with Chris Paul and Harden and PJ Tucker and Eric Gordon, and Nene, and so you got a lot of guys in there that's sort of keeping the team afloat when things don't go well. So that's what I wanted to point out.
It's scary when you think about Knight coming back, and
Knight will be a
great addition. Once you add him to the fold, it gets kind of scary.
He was my player that I highlighted in the offseason, by the way. When we all highlighted somebody, I talked about I couldn't wait to bring my
Rourke is the only one who hasn't busted yet. Rourke is the only guy who hasn't.
He's gonna help. He's gonna help with minutes for Chris Paul too, just like restricting those minutes.
He will.
And because we all know Chris Paul is the most durable player in the NBA. So once and oh man, Brandon Knight, he can shoot the ball. So you add another really good shooter into the mix, and I think it can only be a positive for the Rockets. So I can't wait till he gets his first game action in for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys. I don't really like to listen to what a lot of ESPN news stories and say about the Rockets. They're always talking about we're looking like we're in trouble. We're not look the same. And they're all like, I told you guys in the offseason. The Trevor Ariza and Luke Bottom.
Dude, every game, like within the first 5 minutes, someone I want to make a bingo board out of this. Somewhere in the first 5 minutes of every Rockets game, the announcers say James Ennis is a Trevor Ariza replacement. Like, go back.
They always say that.
Within the first 5 minutes, it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
He'll shoot a ball. The minute he touches the ball, they're like, he's Trevor Ariza's replacement. Just so you guys know, at home, they lost Trevor Ariza in the offseason. James Ennis is the replacement. Just every single game.
It's every game.
Yeah.
I'm
tired. Yeah, but I think our team's gonna be far more better do well this season. But people are already saying Trevor Ariza is not really liking Phoenix. He's only got a year deal. After the season, bring him back.
I'd like to see him back.
Sign him.
With you. But I think Ennis
yeah,
is a good player off the bench,
back.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Bad news.
We can bring Ariza back.
Bad news is I'm hearing a lot. I heard it a little bit that Phoenix might be wanting to trade him instead of buying him out for Markelle Fultz. They might think about trading him for Markelle Fultz and taking a flyer on Fultz and giving Philly Trevor Ariza.
I'm not sold on him. I think he's a bust already. I think he's a total bust. I think he's a total.
Skill-wise, I think he can do it.
Skill-wise,
I think he can do it. I just think maybe get him out of that situation. Maybe get him out of Philadelphia. They've been so supportive of his whole situation, but maybe change of scenery is what's needed just to get him out of his own head. I think skill-wise, he's not a bust. I just think that maybe his situation is a bust. Do you think about Royce White?
I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, is it like... Royce White has a bunch of mental issues.
Right, but he was never a bad basketball player, right?
No, he was not a bad basketball player.
Like Kwame Brown, he was like a bad basketball player. Cleveland drafted him. Who am I thinking of? What's his name? Bennett. Bennett was a bad basketball player.
Yeah, he was bad. I just don't know what's going on with Markelle. What is up? That whole shot is a complete mystery.
Motorcycle accident one day, fluid was last. I don't know. Problem is, no one knows the full story to it. Absolutely, no one knows the full story, so no one can really digest it or anything. Which is almost more hurtful to his whole situation, because now you have to hear everybody give random opinions that are uneducated or not educated properly, right? And now you have to hear all of that instead of having the story out there. If you don't know, then you don't know what happened. Just maybe even release a statement saying, we don't know what happened. Just so everyone can stop guessing or filling in blanks or spreading stuff to just get in his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Ayers and I actually got a really interesting question on Instagram today.
Yeah, I like that.
From Jackson. And you remember, Roy, you met Jackson when we were in Austin. He asked, who is the second best player? Who is? It's a weird question. Even now. Who's the best Robin in the NBA?
Yeah,
that was the best way I can put it. Who's the best Robin in the NBA? I want you to start, because Ayers and I kind of answered this a little bit earlier. Maybe we'll get into our answers, but do you want time to think about it? Do you want us to say it, or you got someone in your mind?
Like best Robin currently,
Yeah. Who's the second best player on a team
right now. Or like
right
of
now
all time.
for this season? For this quarter of the season.
It's a hard question.
Ayers, who is your final answer?
All right, here's my okay.
Here, I'll give you one
question.
question.
The easy question. Hold on. The easy question. I mean, you can look at the Warriors, right?
Right. Yeah.
But here's the thing: you've got Curry and Durant, two, I think, alpha dogs, and I think they're both kind of equal.
But one
maybe you
has
can
to
make
be
the
the
case
Robin.
for Curry. Maybe you can make the case for Curry as more of the team leader in that situation, just because I think Kevin Durant is one of the softest NBA superstars.
You look at the record with him on and off; it makes it okay.
But I mean, I guess you could put them as an alpha, and they're both not Robins; they're both alphas.
Okay.
But Klay Thompson, right there, I think Klay Thompson is the best Robin in the NBA because he was when Durant. In my opinion, when Durant wasn't there, when it was Curry and Thompson.
Okay.
Thompson is the best Robin. And then you got guys like Bradley Beal, C.J. McCollum. Let's see who else you got. You got Paul George.
You ready for mine?
Yeah.
What is it?
Chris Middleton.
You know what's
Robin.
funny? You know what's funny is like when we were talking to Jackson, I brought him up a little bit. I mean,
What's Chris Middleton averaging this season? What
he's
are his
averaging
stats?
over 20 points a game,
Oh.
and he's had like at least 2, but maybe 4 game winners or like really clutch baskets for the Bucks this season. He is their absolute closer. He is the Kyrie to Giannis's like LeBron. He is the closer for that team.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that I mean, you got Giannis doing so well over there, and I guess Chris Middleton is really also adding to that success for them. So he's severely underrated.
Mm-hmm.
They do not talk about Chris Middleton too much.
No.
You know, I mean, the media, the media does not talk about him enough.
It's really been the last
he's a
2
great
years.
player.
Him and Drew Holiday the past 2 years have really gone a lot more.
Yeah,
on who they
yeah.
are.
That's again Drew Holiday. Yeah,
So-
he's also severely underrated.
Exactly. So, Rourke Milton, good answer. I think it's a good answer. My answer, yes. In my opinion, Steph Curry is the best player on the Warriors, or at least the most instrumental player on the Warriors by far.
You think he's the best?
I think he's the best in that system.
Who's this? Okay, let me ask you.
So
something.
in that
Let me
regard,
ask you something,
in that
John.
regard, Kevin
ask you-
Durant,
John,
best Robin.
You're drafting a team.
Right.
You're drafting a team. You're playing pickup. Who's your first pick?
Kevin Durant. I'm not stupid. Like that, the answer changes on that, and that's a different situation.
I know.
Curry is the better player for the Warriors system.
You know what? To be honest, I think you look at the Warriors. They have 5 All-Stars. I think if we're talking about the best Robin, you gotta take them because they're in a whole. That's a whole.
You take them out of the equation.
You take them out of the equation here.
That's what I'm saying. It's the easy
Throw
answer
them
to
out.
say Kevin Durant or Steph Curry. One of them is the Robin, even though it's less
No.
of a Robin, more of a Nightwing kind of thing. All right, I don't know. You aren't into like superheroes much, but they're not really. They don't have a Robin. They got a Nightwing or a Batgirl. All right, they just got another Batman on top of that. Anyway,
Chris Paul, pretty good Robin.
yeah, Chris Paul is in my top 5 in my top 10 Robins.
Chris Paul is that's right.
But
That's right.
I think after who did I say earlier? I'm trying to remember who I said after Kevin Durant. Because in my opinion, he's the Robin. I think
Like Curry hasn't played in forever. He just came back.
Yeah, I know. But you look at the record with him on, with the record off. I think all of that just points to he's the leader of the team. He's the alpha of the team. He's not the best player, but he is the Batman of that team.
If we're gonna, I mean, we'll talk about our rivals real quick, the Dallas Mavericks. Here's gonna be a really good Alpha and Robin right here, or Batman and Robin, Luka and Dennis Smith Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those guys. Mm-hmm. Who do you think would be the Alpha and be the? I think Luka's gonna be the Alpha.
It's Luka.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He does more. He just
He does a lot.
I got a better younger duo than that. How about De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield this season? They're both, they're both averaging. They're both averaging like 18 a game.
They're pretty good.
They're really nice backcourt. They're a fun backcourt.
I like Buddy Hield a ton. I like him.
They're exciting, dude. Buddy Hield is getting it going, dude. Like he's a real scorer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think my best Robin after Kevin Durant would probably be LaMarcus Aldridge is doing really good this season. I think that's one you can look at. McCollum's doing really well. As you mentioned Bradley Beal earlier, as well as like right now. I don't think Bradley Beal, maybe he's in my top 10 Robins in the league. I don't think he's near the top 5. I think you put Kyle Lowry. I think you put Chris Paul. I think you put Middleton. I think you put McCollum.
Yeah, I agree.
Aldridge,
This season, but last season, I mean, he was incredible.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely. So,
but I mean, just because the Washington's not really winning, I don't really have him in my top 5. I think you look at Chris Middleton. I think you look at a Kyle Lowry as your best Robins in the league right now.
I agree.
All right, so real quick, we'll do a little fun thing. What are you guys' season award winners for just this quarter of the season? We'll go down the list. Who are y'all's rookie of the year? Mine is Luka, hands down, not even close.
I'm gonna go Luka as well. Especially what he did to the Rockets. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Yeah,
like
definitely. He'll have a EuroLeague MVP and then a Rookie of the Year under his belt, which is wild.
Yeah.
He's so young.
Yeah. I can see how Luka's the clear-cut winner, but I'm gonna go with my boy Trae Young. He's only averaging like 2 points less. He has got like no pieces with him. Dallas has actually got some pieces working. Dennis Smith's looking good. Uncle Jordan still looking like he's in his prime for over 13 minutes a game. Trae Young doesn't have much help, but he's still averaging like 8 assists, like most way high for rookies, 2 points below. He's putting in work right now, and he's just starting off. He's coming with a lot of pressure, and he's looking good right now, starting to get into it. So I like how Trae Young's starting off.
All right. Who are your guys' most improved players?
Most improved player.
I think this is one of the harder questions to answer.
This is extremely hard.
Well, especially since Brooklyn shooting guard Karis LeVert. Ever since he's gone down, it hasn't been. I haven't really seen anybody stick out like he has. So right now he's still mine.
I can give you two names. I like how Josh Richardson's looking. You can kind of say he was already looking pretty good, but I mean he's averaging over 20 a game right now for the Heat. So he's doing pretty well, making a good little transition.
Maybe De'Aaron Fox. Yeah. I changed my answer. De'Aaron Fox is probably my most improved player.
De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking good. Yeah, we're highlighting them. We're backcourts. De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But the one other name I can give you, if I was injured, I don't know if it really counts, but Zach LaVine, he's averaging 25 a game. That's 10th in the league, so he's top 10 in scoring.
That's a good name, right? That's a good name. Zach LaVine, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
He's been balling out.
Yeah, he looks real good. He looks like he can control the team.
He looks really good.
Okay. Who are your guys' sixth man of the year?
I didn't even say my most improved yet.
I thought your answer was Zach LaVine. My bad.
Well, I guess I could go there.
Who else do you have in mind?
If you're, this is difficult.
Yeah.
It's a really hard question. You go. I don't think you'd be in contention for it, but Blake Griffin has been balling this year.
Okay.
I
can see that. I
don't know. You probably won't be, but
he probably won't be in contention. But he has a
Okay.
case for it. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good answer. Who are you guys' sixth man of the year?
Derrick Rose.
Yeah, to me, it's not even a question.
Yeah, clear cut.
Yeah,
50 points, baby.
His per 36 is in line with his MVP season.
He's averaging the most points coming off the bench. I mean, with Chris Paul and James Harden healthy, Gordon goes back to the bench.
Maybe he's like his closest rival or closest second place. But yeah, for me, it's not even.
Lou Williams.
Who?
Lou Williams.
All right, that's just the backup option.
Yeah.
That's just we have no one else to give it to.
Yeah.
He's officially taken Jamal Crawford's spot as just the default sixth man of the year. When him winning sixth man of the year is like LeBron being in contention for MVP. Like it's just.
Oh, here's what we can put in. Your biggest disappointment player. Mine is Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, I would say.
Andrew Wiggins.
He's definitely there. He's definitely there.
Who else? Who else can you put as a
biggest disappointment?
Biggest disappointment.
Mm-hmm. Like a young player.
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, he's there too.
he's up there.
I'm trying to see. He would be my number 2. I'm trying to see if there's anyone. So I don't have to say he's the second most disappointing player this season.
You can say Otto Porter. You can say Otto Porter.
Yeah. Can you put the whole Wizards team? Can you just put the whole Wizards team
right there? Yeah.
Is my disappointment this season? No, because if I say that, I got to put the Rockets there too, kind of. But
Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah. Let's just put the whole Rockets team now. No, I think it's Carmelo. I think it's Carmelo or Andrew Wiggins, one of the two. Especially since Butler's been traded, he still hasn't like Karl Towns. Markelle Fultz is another one in there. I think Aves is right. I think it's Andrew Wiggins. I think he's probably the most disappointing player, especially since Jimmy Butler's not there anymore. I think he's a bigger disappointment than Melo or anything like that.
Jason Tatum too. I mean, just because of all the hype he got, he's not.
See, but now I think it's a stretch because I think even though he's having a down season, I don't think he's a disappointment necessarily. Like when I say disappointment, like he's not where you want him to be.
A disappointment for the expectations that he received.
Sure, you look at Wiggins. Wiggins is supposed to be like a 25 a night scorer with how he's paid and kind of his position on the team. Tatum, he only averaged 14 points a game last season.
Okay,
and
but
while he's like a very impactful 14 points, he's not getting paid like a superstar.
The playoffs he a lot more though. In the playoffs, he was a lot more.
Exactly. He's not. He is not. While yes, he's disappointing from what you expected, I don't think he's a disappointment. Right?
No, okay, yeah. But
he's a kid who brings home a bad report card, not a guy who's going to flunk out.
He was very overhyped this year.
Yes. Okay,
extremely overhyped.
We thought it'd be more than he is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I mean, he's still young, so I mean, what is he, like 18 or 19? So.
I think he'll turn 20.
He's very young.
20 or 21 this year.
He's very yeah. He's a little bit older.
Second year of college.
Yeah.
20. So yeah, he'll turn 21 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who are your guys' coaches of the year?
This one's a pretty easy one for me. I'm rolling with the Bucks here. Mike Budenholzer for sure. Just what they're doing. He's a really great coach, I think. Did really well with the Atlanta Hawks. For some reason, I think they just lost a bunch of talent, and that just kind of went south. And so I think the Bucks made an incredible hire with Mike. So they're doing really, really well this year, and the East is not looking as weak as we expected. So they're looking pretty strong. Nope. Jeez.
All right, Rourke, what you got?
What do you think? Hold on.
For me, it's Nick Nurse. I think reportedly he was more the mastermind behind the offense for the Raptors last year, leading to their best record in franchise history, and now he's taking the helm. You have Kawhi, you've got Lowry. He's gotten so much out of his players with Siakam's big jump, Van Vliet still being a very impactful player. Maybe people thought he was going to fall off after last season's kind of miracle season, but he's done really well this season. Like I said, Siakam, Lowry, Danny Green, Ibaka has having one of his best career seasons in years. I think it's Nick Nurse.
My coach of the year, pretty simple, pretty easy one. Doc Rivers for the Clippers. Leading the league in the West right now. The Clippers 15-7, been on top for a while. Real surprise team, like you said, John. There's that's like offense, not one superstar, but really just a lot of good players making that offense go. Tobias Harris, Montrezl Harrell, and of course Lou Will. And Danilo Gallinari is actually healthy right now. He doesn't look that bad. So they got a lot of good pieces. So he'll be all right, I'm sure. Gilgeous Alexander.
All right, so who you guys is?
I'm on 4%.
You're on 4%. All right, we'll do this quickly. We'll just say names real quick. Who's defensive player of the year for you guys? Mine is Anthony Davis.
I agree.
I'll go Anthony Davis.
Yeah, just because Gobert's not doing that well for Utah. Then who is your? We did rookie defensive player of the year, coach of the year, most improved, sixth man. MVP is the only one left.
Yep.
So, who are y'all's MVP?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
MVP. MVP.
What? Wait, what? Did it lag?
What about you, John?
What? wait. Brooke, all we got. Wait, so here's what we just got. We said, Brooke, what do you think? And we didn't get your actual answer. We just heard you say MVP. And we didn't get an actual answer.
And then he said, who's your guys? And then he said, who's your guys MVP? Like he said it. Oh my god.
Wait, what?
So, okay,
I don't get it.
So I think you either lagged or you froze. Because we didn't hear your actual answer. We just heard you say MVP. And then you're like, so who do you guys have? We didn't hear an actual answer.
Okay. All right. So wait. Who's yours, John? I'll say mine in a sec.
Mine is Giannis. I think you win. I think Kawhi is the dark horse. If it's not one of them two, it's going to be Anthony Davis or LeBron.
Kemba.
All right. Well, you guys are clearly sleeping. I have no clue why you even think to not consider the league leader in points so far this season. Houston, James Harden, absolutely dominating right now. Once he gets some help with Chris Paul, and we're atop the West as we usually will be in the next few weeks, which I guarantee you, by the end of January, we will be in the top 3 in the West, and we will not fall out.
All right.
The Rockets are going to be formed. James Harden averaging 31 a game. Definitely clear-cut MVP. Also, third in assists right now, just at about 9, right up there, distributing, accounting for the most points for any player right now. So, to me, it's not even close. I mean, turnovers, yeah, he's leading turnovers, but that's because he's controlling the ball the most, making the most plays, so bound to happen. Turnovers for the team are still pretty low in general, which is fine, and that's typically a Houston Rockets problem, but right now it's not. So, the turnovers aren't really an issue, but what he's doing for us, and he's actually stepping up. His defensive efficiency is actually up. So, James Harden, my MVP.
I think if they improve the record, he moves into the top 5 discussion. I think.
Yeah, you gotta remember he's only 4 games. We're only 4 games behind top seed. So
but I still think you look at 11-11. You still kind of start asking some questions. Anyway, all right. Thank you guys for watching. This has been another episode of Orbital. If you liked it, please leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Again, we've got a lot of new stuff coming for you going into next year. We'll have a new intro, maybe some more merchandise. We'll see what John can work out there. A couple other new things. Make sure you stay tuned. Leave a comment down below. Who are your MVP, sixth man, coach of the year, all of that. We want to know what you guys think. Leave it in the comment section down below. We'll see you guys again next week. Thank you again for watching.